Welcome to the world of MicroPython. If you love the simplicity of the Python programming language but want to control hardware devices like lights, motors, and sensors, you are in the right place. In this video, we are going to explore how MicroPython brings the power of Python to tiny, low-cost microcontrollers. So, what exactly is MicroPython? It is a lean and efficient implementation of the Python 3 programming language. It is specifically optimized to run on microcontrollers, which are essentially tiny computers with very limited memory and processing power. It includes a small subset of the standard Python libraries and runs directly on the hardware, also known as bare metal, meaning you do not need an operating system to run it. Why should you choose MicroPython over traditional languages like C or C++? First, it allows for incredibly rapid prototyping. You can write code and see the results instantly without waiting for long compilation times. Second, it is easy to learn, making it perfect for beginners and students. Third, it features an interactive REPL, or read-eval print loop, which lets you type commands and control hardware in real time. Finally, it has a rich ecosystem of libraries ready to use. MicroPython runs on a wide variety of hardware. The most popular options include the ESP32, which is powerful and has built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. The Raspberry Pi Pico, powered by the RP2040 chip, is another fantastic, affordable option with great documentation. For simpler projects, the older ESP8266 is also widely supported. These boards are inexpensive and easy to find. Getting started is a straightforward three-step process. First, you download the appropriate firmware file for your specific board from the official MicroPython website. Second, you connect your board to your computer via a USB cable. And third, you flash or write that firmware onto the board using a software tool. Once that is done, your board is ready to understand Python code. To write your code, I highly recommend using the Thonny IDE. It is a beginner-friendly code editor that comes with built-in support for MicroPython. It handles the firmware installation for you, includes a file manager to move files to and from the board, and provides direct access to the REPL so you can talk to your microcontroller instantly. Let us look at a classic example, blinking an LED. In C++, this might take 10 or 20 lines of setup code. In MicroPython, it is simple. We import the pin class from the machine library and the time library. We tell the board that pin number 2 is an output pin. Then, inside a loop, we simply turn the value to 1 for on, wait a second, turn it to 0 for off, and wait again. It is clean, readable, and effective. One of the biggest strengths of MicroPython is its ability to handle Internet of Things tasks. Connecting to a Wi-Fi network is as simple as running 4 lines of code. Once connected, you can use standard protocols like MQTT to communicate with smart home devices or use HTTP to pull data from the web. It also supports secure connections using SSL, keeping your data safe. You might also hear about CircuitPython. It is a fork, or variation, of MicroPython created by Adafruit. While MicroPython focuses on being a complete language with advanced features like interrupts, CircuitPython focuses heavily on ease of use for absolute beginners, often making the board appear as a USB drive for drag-and-drop coding. Both are excellent, but MicroPython is generally preferred for more complex, performance-critical projects. In summary, MicroPython bridges the gap between high-level programming and low-level hardware control. It enables you to build powerful IoT devices using the language you already know and love. It is time to grab an ESP32 or a Pico and start building. Thank you for watching.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.